Don't worry, it's a game. It's a game just like usual.
You'll ruin your eyes playing so close to the TV.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 games that mess with you in real life. For this list, we're looking at video games that try to trick or confound you, games that leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the world. Let us know in the comments which one you're still thinking about today. Number 10. Batman Arkham Asylum. Even the Dark Knight is vulnerable to Scarecrow's fear gas, which makes 3 appearances throughout the game and forces Bruce to relive the trauma of his parents' deaths over and over. But the 3rd time you encounter Scarecrow, you won't even know it's happening right away. Instead, after Batman returns to intensive treatment, the game seems to completely crash and send you right back to the opening. It only lasted for a few seconds, but it was enough to make absolutely everyone go into panic mode, believing that their console had broken. When we see Joker driving an insane Batman into Arkham, we realize it's more trickery from Crane.
No, he's not. We really should feel sorry for him. He never fully got over his parents' death.
Number 9. Doki Doki Literature Club. Another game that enjoys throwing fake audio and visual glitches at you, Doki Doki Literature Club became notorious for its cutesy art style and dating sim gameplay, masking something far, far darker. Doki Doki is actually a deep and thoughtful examination of mental health, despite its frequent use of shocking imagery, and also the visual novel genre as a whole. In the end, Doki Doki becomes a game that doesn't want you to play it, which even locks itself in certain endings. It forces you to access the game's files and delete them, while toying with the idea of video game characters gaining sentience. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. Number 8. Papers, Please. Independent developer Lucas Pope's brainchild, Papers, Please puts you in the shoes of a low-ranking border official working for an authoritarian regime. On the one hand, you have a family at home you need to feed, and your pay hinges on how many people you correctly allow or deny passage over the border. On the other hand, you have those very people, many of them desperate and looking to make a better life. There are no right or easy answers in Papers, Please, and you'll eventually find yourself committing atrocities on behalf of a faceless government. That's how it messes with your mind. Number 7. Undertale. If you go into Undertale knowing absolutely nothing about it, as many people did, and having played many classic turn-based RPGs, you may have drifted through the game killing the enemies in your path to collect that all-important XP. But notoriously, Undertale flips the entire concept of XP on its head. As Sans later explains, those aren't experience points, they're execution points, and you didn't have to kill any of the characters you encountered. You were just conditioned by other RPGs to think that's what you should be doing, and you made your life much harder while also playing right into Flowey's hands. Number 6. The Stanley Parable.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of.
Like Undertale, the Stanley Parable is also subversive and makes you question video game mechanics that you'd usually ignore. This time, it's whether or not you obey what the omniscient narrator is telling you to do. Normally in games, you follow the objectives on screen without stopping to think about them. But from the get-go, the Stanley Parable makes you wonder what will happen if you do the opposite of what the narrator says.
Now, Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
But it goes a step further by making you wonder whether the narrator actually wants you to disobey. Maybe by trying to rebel, you're doing exactly what he wants. It's certainly a head-scratcher.
How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Number 5. Spec Ops: The Line.
We're looking for survivors.
Well, you found some. It's a bitch, ain't it?
This isn't a game where you don't know right from wrong. You, the player, do know right from wrong, and are aware that the actions you're perpetrating are very quickly becoming indefensible war crimes, but you have no way to stop it from happening. You're playing as Walker, part of an elite squad sent into sandstorm-stricken Dubai to take down a rogue colonel.
Your eyes are opening for the first time. It hurts, doesn't it?
Though it masquerades as a standard wartime shooter, it's really a commentary on the whole genre and the way games can sometimes glorify the horrors they depict. Spec Ops: The Line doesn't shy away from its repugnant lead character and will leave you suspicious of every shooter you touch.
That you're here because you wanted to feel like something you are not, a hero.
Number 4. Antechamber. Have you ever wondered what it would be like living inside a modernist painting? That's the question Antechamber was designed to answer, sending you through a series of abstract rooms to solve even more abstract puzzles while cryptic messages appear on the walls and the laws of physics break down. Sometimes, you might even solve a puzzle without entirely knowing how or what you did. It's a game that completely bends the rules and constantly defies your expectations, and you'll never know what the next room holds. You might not know what any of the rooms have held even when the game ends. Number 3. Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty.
Honestly, though, you have played the game for a long time. Don't you have anything else to do with your time?
We've heard time and time again how shocking it was when Psycho Mantis read your memory card and made your controller rumble in Metal Gear Solid, but Metal Gear Solid 2 has just as many fourth wall breaking tricks up its sleeve.
Variety level 13. Rescue Meryl, the return of Ginola.
During the dramatic climax, you'll get a frantic call from the Colonel telling you to turn off your games console and also not to sit too close to the TV. Not only was the Colonel a virtual construct, but the entire game was a virtual construct in the narrative, a massive simulation to see if Raiden is fit to be Solid Snake's successor.
Exactly right. So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you.
Number 2. BioShock.
Sit, would you kindly? Stand, would you kindly?
Much like the Stanley Parable, BioShock also questions your willingness as a player to go along with everything a largely unseen but ever-present narrator asks you to do. You spend most of BioShock under the assumption you're simply another silent video game hero performing unquestionably heroic acts, freeing the decaying city of Rapture from the grip of its creator and controller, Andrew Ryan.
The assassin has overcome my final defense, and now he's come to murder me. In the end, what separates a man from a slave?
This turns out not to be the case at all. You are silent, but only because you're being manipulated by Atlas and the infamous code phrase. You were just a puppet forced to do exactly what Atlas wanted, and you never had a way to do anything else.
I had you built! I sent you topside! I called you back, showed you what you was capable of! Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem. This Lovecraftian horror game is beloved by many. and was the progenitor of the sanity meter, a mechanic used in countless games since its inception. As the game progresses, you're sent on a whirlwind tour of various time periods, but all the characters, bar one, have a sanity meter that will cause them to hallucinate. These hallucinations are more than just unsettling, they can also damage you and make the game harder. It'll also start breaking the fourth wall eventually, tricking you into thinking your TV has turned off, thinking your console is broken, or even that all your save files have just been deleted. You'll struggle to ever trust a video game again. In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.